My friend. Friend of the Devil, by far one of my favorite Grateful Dead tunes. I like this one because there's multiple guitar parts. One could be simpler than the other. G to a C major. Notice how I'm playing just a G major with my a D in the bass there. So basically I'm having a 5 in there. And then when I move to my C, my D becomes my sus. So I don't have to really move these. If you've ever played Today's Gonna Be the Day, it's the same thing. These two are gonna sit over the top. If you're a traditionalist, you can play a G major or a G major like this. Both are acceptable. And then a C major. It's gonna go back to I went up and I was jailed by 20 pounds. Didn't get to do. You can go back and forth between those and do the rhythm. The rhythm on that, by the way, after muting or playing the G is down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. But notice how I don't just like let my hand stay there. I keep 4/4 the whole time, and the way I count it is down, down, rest, up, down, down, rest, up, down, up. Meaning downstroke, upstroke, downstroke, upstroke. Don't play it. And then upstroke, downstroke, upstroke. You could also count it as quarter, quarter, rest, triplet. Quarter, quarter, rest, triplet. But that's a little too fast. I lean up from you, I was trailed by 20 pounds. Didn't get to see that night till morning came around. Said I'm running. We're gonna take that whole idea from a G and a G, an F sharp and a G, a E and a G, a D and a G, to a C and a G, an B and a G, an A and a G, and a G and a G, going all the way from the top octave G down to the low octave G. What we're quite essentially doing is playing a do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, an Ionian mode descending. G, F sharp, E, D, C, B, A, G. When we move through there, the chords behind it can be G major, and if you moved it, you would have a G major 7, you would have a G with your open E on the top, so a G6. You would be moving down to the C major. You would have a C major with a B in the bass and a D up top, which means it's a C major sus2 with a B in the bass, or you could call it a multitude of different other chords. Naming chords is lots of fun, huh? You can make it a G major with a B in the bass and then have your 5th up top. G, A, B, C, D. So you could have a G5 that exhibits its 3rd as its root. There's a lot of different ways to name these. If you feel comfortable and you can see both of those, stick with that. There's a lot of other ways we can name these. However, when descending, it works well just to put this on a piece of paper and call it a day. So when we have the G with the G, G with the F sharp, G with the D, G with the D, G with the C, B with the G, and then the A with the G and the D, the next part comes to the set off, I gotta take my time, to a D major. That D major is gonna hold out up top, and then we're gonna go right back into that G. We're gonna move through an A minor to a G. D major just might get some sleep to a C major up to a D again. What I like to do, and I think they even do this on the studio, is to play that D4, have that sus note over the top, that G, the G sus4, sorry, D sus4, D, D sus4, D, D sus4, D, more like a pick. Kind of like it. And then I walk up. That's the whole song. I'm gonna play it one time in its completion right here for you. Sorry about the lyrics. I don't know if I know them all, but I'm sure I can get through it. Ready? This is about the speed they do it on the album. I lit out from Reno, I was jailed by 20 pounds. Didn't get to sleep that night till morning came around. Said I'm gonna take my time, friend of the devil's a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight. hold it out. Got 2 reasons why I cry when it's loud enough. First one named Sweet Anne-Marie, she is my heart's delight. Second one's in prison bail, sheriff's on my trail. If it catches up with me, I'll spend my life in jail. That little bridge there went between the D, A minor, G, D, A minor, G, C, D. There's a variation of where they do that because a lot of the times they will play a C major with the G in the bass, so it feels like that kind of feeling over the top of it is going to be moving. So you're basically going to be going through the D, A minor, G to D. You will hear a D, A minor that feels like a C. Why? A minor and C major are relative. All the notes in A minor are all the notes in C major. Cool. I hope this is a really cool one for you. Practice doing that, the right hand, or I'm sorry, the plucking finger style technique with the pick. Try using the blunt side rather than the pointy side. It'll help you keep more in touch. And then here's a quick little finger exercise you can do. What I do to mute the strings is I put my fingers right up against. I don't press down. I just hold my fingers up there like I'm doing little harmonics, but I do it like at the 11th fret or the 8th fret or the 6th fret, so I don't get a lot of bleed through, just something like that. I play the low E and then play the A up here. Play the low E and then play the D here. I play the low E and then do the G. This is the exercise we're going to be doing to judge how far away these strings are from each other. There is no rhyme or reason to it besides just going E, A, E, D, E, G, E, B, E, 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 A, E, D, 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 bum, 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 quack, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. No rhyme or reason, just doing this by your brain. If you can do this, what happens is your brain just associates the distance between E and E, E and E. If you could do a downstroke and then an upstroke, it cuts out a lot of the weirdness of trying to go boom, bum, boom, bum, boom, bum, boom, bum, boom, bum. You'll even notice how I've got a downstroke and it's not just a quick upstroke. There's a little bounce between I do that. When I go fast, it has to be a lot faster than that. It doesn't do. But when I'm just going from E to A, E to D, E to G, I could go back and forth, just realizing the distance between these is less than the distance of my pinky. It's less than a 1/4 inch. So what happens is if you get really comfortable with knowing where your strings are together, when you're playing, like, your thumb and your finger in fingerstyle knows exactly how far away these pinches are. So fingerstyle, not with pick work, but with fingerstyle, we practice doing like a thumb, pointer, thumb, pointer, thumb, pointer, thumb, pointer. So when you pinch the 6th string, and then the 2nd string, you're quite literally knowing that to be the same distance as pinching the A string, the 5th string, and then the E string, the 1st string. So this should pretty much feel the same. Just the same as when you're learning that an F here, and then you go up and then up, you get an F up here and an F here. Well, when we pinch, I know that the difference between these 2 octaves is this pinch. When I go to the next set, both of those. When I go to the next set and do this, it's still this, but my fingers go from the 1st fret to the 4th fret, and the 1st fret from the 4th fret. The correlation helps me understand what my pentatonics are, whether major or they're minor. When we get down to it, the pedagogy we learn from the fingerboard and the fret style comes down to knowing where your fingers are. The way that I teach that is through these concepts called spider exercises, and then I go all the way back down to the bottom. You can do just downstrokes, or you could do down, up, down, up, down, up, or down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Each one of these exhibits a different knowledge or a different comprehension of just, meter, tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, our whole notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, those are half notes. 1, 2, quarter. 1, 2, 8th notes, 16th notes, 32nd notes. They keep going on and up. So the idea is when you're playing this song, don't start off going. want to give it a nice good. Remember, when playing these are only the way that I play this. It could be a different way. Watched a lot of videos and listened to a lot of music. Pretty good at discerning where the notes are. You could also play this same note up here, but the frequency is a little thicker because it's on a thicker string. When we go to the higher string, you'll definitely notice that the tension between point A and point B becomes a little thinner. And then essentially when we take that G up top here and have the same note, where would it be? Open, you have a different feeling of that vibration as well. Getting used to that vibration in each one of your different notes takes a little minute, but you can definitely hear the difference between them if you're in tune, and how the vibration affects your body and the way you feel about the instrument. I really enjoyed this song. I hope you enjoyed it too. Next week, maybe we can work on ripple as well. Aloha.